Hi. So recently I've gone through the VMware Aria automation training, and I thought of recording the lab session so that I can use it for the future reference, and if it may help others, it might help. So VMware Aria automation, it's a new name, and earlier it used to call the VMware vRealize automation. There are the couple of changes in the naming convention which VMware has performed, and this is a table for that. You can stop and see the video, but I'll call out few of them which are quite important right now in entire training. So it's a VMware Cloud Assembly is changed to VMware Aria Automation Assembler. VMware Service Broker has been renamed to VMware Aria Automation Consumption. VMware's code stream has been renamed to VMware Aria Automation Pipeline. And VMware vRealize Orchestration has been changed to VMware Aria Automation Orchestrator. VMware vRealize Automation Salt Stack Config is been renamed to VMware Automation Config. VMware vRealize Automation Salt Stack SecOps has been renamed to VMware Aria Automation for host. These are some of the important ones which we are going to keep on using in during the entire lab. So and these are the other names. As an example, VMware Identity Manager has been renamed to VMware Workspace One Access. And yeah, this one is important one. VMware vRealize Suite Lifecycle Manager has been changed to VMware Aria Suite Lifecycle. So others we probably will not use that much in the lab. So we can stop the video and see the names. What are the new name which VMware has provided? VMware IR automation is required to deliver the virtual machine or resources through to the multi-cloud environment. So this is the basic architecture of the VMware Aria automation. User perform the request through the catalog or API. Then it can have the IaaS, SaaS, or external services as a service. So there are these are the five key components which are there in a VMware Aria automation. One is VMware Aria automation assembler. In here we create the templates for the users. And then there's a VMware Aria automation consumption. It's a place where the user consumes the services which administrator hosts to them through the assembler. Then there's a DevOps feature can be introduced like a pipelines. So VMware Aria automation pipeline. Then VMware Aria orchestrator. It has help us to have the extension. Then the last one is VMware Aria automation config. It's a salt stack which has been used to perform those config in the background. So what all services we can use through the VMware Aria automation? We can have VMware vSphere. We can have a VMware Cloud Foundation, which is like a in-house products, and you can have those products being automated using VMware or Aria automation, as well as you can have a services from AWS, GCP, Azure, and the Amazon Web Services. All these public cloud can centralize through the VMware Aria automation, and user can make the request to the VMware Aria automation, and it act as a gateway to perform the services from the AWS, GCP, Azure, and these are the kind of major public service provider of the cloud. So going further, we look into the lab. In this lab, we are going to perform a simple request. How a user will make a request through the VMware Aria automation, and then we'll track the request, examine the deployment, and then finally we'll delete the deployment. This is our first lab. So So once we user log into the VMware Aria automation, this is what he sees from the user point of view. He sees the service broker. Click on service broker. Then this is a catalog. He can request CentOS or Windows. Then here he can see the resources once he make the deployment, the machine, volume, networking, all those things a user can see. So let's make first request from the user point of view. We'll give the deployment name Windows 1. Name will be Windows 01. We'll make the submission, and once we make the submission, the deployment job will trigger and it will show us in the resources section under deployments. We can see creation is in progress and who is the owner, the ID with which I have logged in, and under which project this deployment has been triggered. We can see the resources getting created. First we got the network, then the cloud machine. As the deployment is going on, parallelly I'll open the vCenter client and I'll log in. So here the machine has been powered on. We can see our deployment must have almost completed. So this is a machine Vmeng 3902. So this is a topology. We have the network and machine is attached to this. This has been created successfully. In here we can see the history of our deployment. Request is in progress, then allocated in network resources has been provided, then machine has been provided, then going further it checks for the approval is placed or not, approval process, and then the request got completed. This is a general information about the VM which got created. This is the name. This IP has been allocated. Then it has one boot disk or 30 gig, CD-ROM, and then it has networking attached. This is a MAC address and the IP allocated to this. The cloud config. So this name will be given once the machine will spin up, and in here we can see the custom properties. What is CPU, data store name, all those information. So this is how we create the deployment from the user point of view. We make the request. Finally, we'll go ahead and free up the resources. We'll submit this request. So there's a short lab which shows from the user point of view, from the customer's point of view, how we may use the Aria service broker which is now being termed as a VMware Aria consumption, being used by the customer to serve the request and then create the deployment, how they can examine the deployment, see the topology and the properties of the device which has been provisioned to the end user. Thank you.